Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hello creepy friends, and after about 4 hours sleep, I'm still smiling. I'm still a happy little girl, and you guys all know why. Last night was, or this morning for the UK people, was Night of Champions, and I did not fall asleep. I am actually quite proud of myself. There was no sleeping going on. Let's start from the top. It's quick because I've got to go out, and I've been trying to steal the last few minutes of the Ninja Turtles finale because it's awesome. They've got the Triceratons in, and Bishop and April and Splinter are allying themselves with the Shredder to beat the Triceratons, and it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'm just a big nerd. Start off was Neville and the Lucha Dragons versus the Cosmic Wasteland. How do the Cosmic Wasteland work that well together when they're on different ends of the spectrum? You've got serious, but yet cool, and you just got all out bizarre. I don't know how that works, but it works. It's cool. I didn't actually see much of this match because this thing decided to screw up on me just when it started, so I spent about 5 minutes trying to get the HDMI adapter to work and the iPod to work, resulting in me having to turn off absolutely everything and turn it all back on. When it did work again, it was kind of almost the end of the match. It looked like a good match from what I saw. It's just a shame the right team didn't win, or the face team. I wasn't that fussed. I mean, I think these six could go at it and have a good rivalry. It's nice to see that the Ascension and the Lucha Dragons are actually being used rather than just sitting out on the sidelines and waiting. We do just need to throw every tag team into the mix right now because the Dudleys are back, but we'll get onto the Dudleys later. First match out was Owens versus Ryback. And Owens, I think, was doing some sort of little tribute to Chris Jericho, going, ask him! Ask him! I kind of predicted the win. I was definitely thinking that Owens was going to walk away with the title, and I'm happy for that. To be given the prestige of the Intercontinental title as your first belt, rather than something like a tag title, which I'm not saying that's not got prestige or anything good, but the Intercontinental obviously has that more of a legacy. It's weird to think that Owens is the smaller guy here, isn't it? When you look at it, you've got Ryback and then you've got Owens. But this all suddenly got waylaid when, what did they just announce? They just announced Brock Lesnar versus Taker in Hell in a Cell next month. Ah! Really? Really? Did that just happen? Oh my god. I cannot believe that just happened. Oh, Brock Lesnar's road to... Oh, and by the way, they're having a match at Hell in a Cell. God, no, what? You'd already announced the Stone Cold podcast and then you throw that at me? Wow. The only trouble I have with PG Hell in a Cells is they're not quite Hell in a Cell matches for me. Hell in a Cell matches for me aren't about getting every move right. It doesn't matter if it's not a technically sound match. Hell in a Cell for me is all out blood and guts war. It is about when you've fought and gone through every stage of rivalry you've had, and this is like the last point. This is like the last notch. This is like the last destination on your travels. It should have, for me, and I know a lot of people will disagree, for me it is all about having the blood, the guts and the gore, and I kind of miss that. They obviously can only go so far these days with PG restrictions and no chair shots to the head, which I don't wholeheartedly mind, but I miss the blood and the guts and the, you know, I don't think anything's going to replace 98 King of the Ring, is it? Let's face it, guys. And then they kept dropping it in all night. So moving on before I bubble over, Ziggles versus Rusev. I don't understand why Lana can't at least appear. There are rumours, can I just say, that apparently Lana is going to be put back with Rusev. I think they're doing that mainly for Rusev's benefit. I think Rusev is nothing without Lana, but Lana's got a lot of crowd support. They really like her. I mean, they were blooming well cheering for her last night. So if you've got a mega face woman like that, I don't know why you're suddenly going to turn her back to a heel. Just my call, but I can understand it. And they've also not yet found a get out clause for the Russian accent. Those earrings Dolph goes Summer Rae, Jesus Christ, they're bloody chandeliers. They were hideous. They look so cheap. I mean, I'm wearing plastic bracelets, little pearls, and these look nicer. These are actually nicer than what she had in her ears. They were disgusting. Oh my gosh, if a boy gave me those, I would throw them back. I literally hated them. I wouldn't, I mean, you would never see me wearing anything that big and blingy anyway. I mean, I've got a sparkly belt on, but that's it. That's it. And sometimes I like body glitter when it's sunny, because I think I get a Twilight Vampire moment. But, you know, I don't know why, but when I started watching this match, I think I was hitting the point where I wanted to go to sleep. It was just before the second wave. and I was kind of thinking this is going to be a slow match, and it kind of was. Dolph Ziggler never disappoints as a wrestler, but I just felt like the match was a little bit slow. I think the crowd made up for most of it, because I mean, that Texas crowd were blooming brilliant. They were in it for everything and anything. They loved it, and we cannot take that away from the Texan crowd. They were brilliant. Dudley's versus New Day. Did I not call this? Did I not totally call this if they ended up with a DQ? Someone was going through a table and Creed went through a table. I keep saying Consequences Creed instead of Xavier Woods. When are they going to do something with Xavier Woods? He's just there as like the little trombone player spare part. Could you imagine when he decided he wanted to become a wrestler, he thought, all those years I played the trombone, that's bloody pointless now, isn't it? Apparently not. He's really good at the trombone though. Apparently he was in a high school marching band. Please verify that if you want. I don't know. Kofi, seriously. Why are you wearing your hair in bunches, mate? I mean, like, add a little couple of ribbons and you could go and join a kindergarten class. Why are you doing that with your hair? Are you a 5-year-old little girl? Oh, and by the way, Xavier, while we're on the subject of hair, TLC called, remember, Unpretty and No Scrubs? They called. They really, really want you to join the group. The point in end, especially for those of us who thought that with the BT running of, you know, oh, Dudley's going to be 10-time tag team champions, we thought that was some big epic build up to the moment, 20 years together. No, it's just a DQ. Ugh. However, it does mean that we could be leading to some kind of stick match next pay-per-view, so that's cool. There's like a 5-week build up to Hell in a Cell, so I've got already high hopes for Hell in a Cell, even though I hate the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view because they're not real Hell in a Cell matches. Have you noticed how every pay-per-view the announcers have Mountain Dew and they never drink it? It's just sat there. I mean, I could literally hold this bottle all video and like not use it, and it's like, ha, look, ding. No, I do like that stuff though. It's for your hair. It stops snapping and stuff, even though clearly my hair has already snapped. Charlotte versus Nikki Bella. I'm not going to repeat what I put for Nikki Bella's name on my iPad here, but we're just going to say it's not pleasant. Oh, Nikki, you think you're the diva? You're not the diva. Nor is wrestling your life. It's just all about the money for you and the fame. And everyone with a brain knows it. So stop lying! I still think since Becky got the pin at SummerSlam, this should be her and not Charlotte. But, you know, as long as Nikki Bella didn't win, I was happy. But, you know, as long as Nikki Bella didn't win, I was happy. Nikki's top. I'd say top. There was an arse here. Not PG, is it? And everything was like slipping out. Yes, as a woman, I pay attention to these things, but everything was like falling forward. Did anyone notice how there was a Let's Go Charlotte chant, and normally in that place where you go, Let's Go Nikki, there was silence? That 1% just didn't want to bother, did they? It was a good match. It was a good match. They obviously had Charlotte have an injury early on to kind of sell the moment. But then, of course, woo! Nikki lost the title. Woo! I'm gonna do my seal, but yay! She finally dropped the belt. 6 days too late. But then I am kind of now thinking to myself that that was just to kind of, you know, to AJ. Which annoys me, because as far as I'm aware, while it was all a little bit sudden, AJ didn't leave the company on bad terms, so really you're just trying to get to her husband through her. And by the way, if anyone's read, apparently Phil and April are meant to be starring, I'm not going to say CM Punk and AJ because they're not in the WWE anymore, they're meant to be starring in some kind of film together, and the film sounds really cool. I'm going to see if I can link you to the little news report down here, or should I say Mr. and Mrs. Brooks? I feel really rude now for saying their full names. Mr. and Mrs. Brooks, because I'm not rude. Wyatt and the Shield and Y2J. Why did none of us think of that before? Why did none of us consider Y2J? The last time we saw him, wasn't he being annihilated by Bray Wyatt? Certainly in ring anyway, I thought. No one considered him to go into that. Okay, so it was kind of spoiled in the evening, because everywhere on my newsfeed was, oh, spoiler names backstage, and then there's a picture of the person. It's like, thanks guys. Is Jericho growing a mullet? It was a great high action, exciting match. Everyone had a spot and a moment. However, Jericho tagged himself in, and it's clearly the start of a little bit of a heel turn. However, I can't see the point in having Jericho as a heel when he's kind of a draw, because he's not in the ring so much because he's doing Fozzy and he's done everything he can do in the WWE, and I appreciate the fact that he wants to not be in the WWE permanently anymore. It's kind of a bit of a what the hell when they're turning him heel, because no matter what happens, if he comes out as a surprise and still puts down the crowd, he's still going to be cheered. Good match, I was happy, and it's clearly not the end, so the rivalry between the Wyatts and the Shield carries on. Seth versus Cena was quite a surprise. I didn't know Seth was going to do back-to-back matches like that. Seth is clearly still auditioning for Tommy Oliver in the new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers film. It's like 2017 or so. It was quite a surprising match because Cena learned 2 moves. Oh my god! Cena not only learned a sunset flip, he learned a Hurricane Rana. Oh my god. The crowd is a massive part to this match because they were just on fire. It was kind of a way it was going to go. It was either going to be Seth was going to cheat and beat everyone, or Seth was going to lose both, and we'll get onto the second one in a minute. But Seth lost the US title, fair enough, and then Sting came out. Sting was just like a vulture picking away at the parts of what was left of Seth, and we were all enjoying it. And then things started to go a little bit wrong for Sting. First thing he did, he took a spot through the table and clearly smacked the back of his head against a monitor, and he also had like a major bruise going onto the back of the arm here. And then he did a turnbuckle powerbomb. Seth powerbombed him into the turnbuckle, and he, if you saw it, he was the turnbuckle. He kind of whipped his head back and hit the metal by the look of it, and that looked really painful. And I think, we don't know, all I know at this moment is that it's not work. It looks like he was legitimately injured, and by the way the match ended, Seth suddenly got that small package quickly and Sting was quickly taken. I can only think, when Taker had a concussion in the Brock Lesnar match at WrestleMania, it wasn't shown and you couldn't see it with Sting, but when that quick end happened, it's pretty obvious he was genuinely hurt. I can only think he's either seriously maybe cracked his skull somewhere along the line, don't hold me to that, or he's got some kind of serious major concussion. As of now, and it's 1 o'clock on Monday afternoon, I don't know anything. That's all I know at the minute. Seth says, "This is my house." I think you'll find that's Paige's line, love. Of course. Gingy came out, overshadowed by Nixie completely marking out to Bust Kane. He came back, and I think this might be Glenn Jacobs' last run in the WWE. He said if he could, he would bring Mask Kane back once more, and if this is the last run, great. But oh my god, he just came back and annihilated, and there was fire, and it was amazing, and I'm so excited. I just sat here in my bed silently screaming because my brother was asleep, and I was just like, Mask Kane. It was amazing. All in all, I think the crowd definitely were a huge part of this pay-per-view, but it was ultimately a really good show. Totally superseded SummerSlam. I'm really happy to be part of it. I'm not embarrassed to call myself a fan of the women anymore, as long as she doesn't drop it back to Nikki Late tonight. Hopefully now Team Bella will just all bloody well disappear, and that'll leave me a happy person. Did you like the show? Please comment, subscribe. There's a Twitter and an Instagram and even the channel down here if you want to subscribe to it. I would love to have you come and be my friend. 147 friends. That's more than Facebook. That's so amazing for me. I will see everyone again for various things this week. This is day 1 of 5 days of fun because I am not in work and I am so happy about it. I will see everyone again tomorrow for another 5 days of fun, and it may well be the Thunderbirds video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye!